welcome to the Real Life Podcast, where we bring guests on to share real, relatable life stories, providing inspiration to turn pain into purpose.
Today we have the privilege of sitting down with one of our good friends, Michelle Armstrong. About 6 months ago, Michelle lost her best friend, her sister, and she's courageously offered to share her story to us and the rest of the world. In this episode, Michelle opens up about the pain of her loss, how she's navigated the grief, and the steps she's taking along with the tools she's turning to as she begins to heal. I'm so excited for everyone to hear this. Michelle's perspective on life is truly incredible, even after such a heartbreaking loss, and I'm grateful for the chance to share how she's built this mindset and outlook. So please, welcome to the podcast, Michelle Armstrong. Michelle, thank you for joining us on the Real Life Podcast. Thank you for your willingness to join us and share your story. I've been literally so excited for this for the last 2 weeks, so I'm super excited to dive in. And I'm also excited to let other people hear what you have to say.
I love that.
So absolutely. So how was your weekend? What'd you get up to?
It was good. I feel like it was a good mix of relaxing, but also some fun. What did I do Friday night? I went to happy hour, Central Machine Works with my brother.
That's a good spot.
I know. And then we actually, in Mueller, there was a free DJ, a live DJ event that we popped over to. And then I was in bed by 9:30.
Perfect. Ideal right there.
Yeah. And then had a little birthday party Saturday, Masters golf themed.
Oh, yeah. Did you dress up?
That was fun. I had the white dress.
Nice.
The white dress
Yeah,
with the New Balance white sneakers.
Let's go.
It was good.
That's
and
awesome.
then ran today, did a little sauna cold plunge, took myself on a solo date, and now we're here. So I'm excited.
Let's
Did you run the trail?
Yeah, I did Lady Bird.
Awesome.
I was going to do 2 miles, and then I was like, we should do 4.
Oh.
Keep going.
Let's
I'm
go.
like, keep it going.
I feel like once you're in the groove of running, you're like, yeah, I guess I could have done 2, but no, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I'm like,
Let's go
2,
4.
That feels weak.
I'm telling you, warm-up miles are a thing.
That is a thing.
It is a thing.
It is.
But then by 4, I was like, oh, okay, the half marathon was a couple months ago. I don't know if I have it in.
Yeah. That's
good.
awesome.
It's good.
Let's go. Awesome. Well, first off, I just honestly want to say thank you. We are truly, so excited to have you on here.
Me too.
And to hear your story. So real quick, I would love to just get a little bit of info about your background, kind of where you were born, raised, when you moved to Austin, and just a little bit more about you.
Yeah, so I was born in New Jersey. Jersey girl at heart.
Jersey girl. I didn't know that.
I actually didn't know that either.
Yes.
Let's go.
And then when I was 3 or 4, moved to Maryland and Howard County, Maryland. And I'm the youngest of 4, so very big family.
No way.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, because I'm the youngest of 4 as well.
Yeah, so we got
Youngest siblings.
Yes,
Let's go.
Youngest
Let's go.
sibling. And then for college, I went to Monmouth University in New Jersey. So I played Division I lacrosse there. Grew up being an athlete, grew up just being super active, involved in extracurricular, great in the classroom.
Yeah.
But mostly really big with my family, and just doing things together. And then that's kind of what prompted me to move to Austin, because my brother and his wife got married here, and they live here.
Gotcha.
So when I was graduating college, I was like, okay, I really want to do something outside of my comfort zone, be able to take it up a notch. And so I knew I didn't want to move back to Baltimore. We grew up right outside Baltimore. Didn't want to do DC. So it was either Austin or Hoboken, New Jersey.
Yeah.
What?
Hoboken.
Hoboken.
Hoboken. Never heard of that.
Hoboken. It's right outside New York City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then I landed in Austin August of 2021. So I've been here ever since. And I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've just dove in. And I mean, you guys know you're athletes. It's the athlete mentality of just being around like-minded people, and the weather's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Most times.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a good fit for someone like me who's just very self-motivated, just wanting to like live a healthy lifestyle, meet new people. I'm very outgoing. And I love it. So I'm loving it.
I feel like Austin's like, in the last 5 years, I feel like I've seen so many people more around our age and like active people. I don't know if it's just because like I started running more and like probably just more aware, but like I swear it's like people around our age, this is like the spot to be, honestly.
It gravitates too.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I'm more competitive now in the gym or doing a half marathon.
You need to do a high rock.
High rocks.
You need to do a high rock.
I know.
Absolutely.
Are you going to do high rocks, Dallas?
I want to.
Come on, let's
Well,
go.
let's
If
let's
anyone wants to be my partner.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
let's all go together.
I know.
Let's get the
just
B-Dog
do
and
it.
Joey.
I know. So I feel like just competing now with myself and being in the fitness scene is been fun and just kind of filling that competitive cup.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Okay, so I want to just let you know that there's no pressure here at all. This is your space, so I want you to feel fully comfortable. If you want to stop at any point, we can edit anything. So like, just know that, and you know, if we ask something, just feel free to not answer or just say, you know, but let's ask a different question. So
Yeah, gotcha.
Perfect. But I would love to kind of just, you know, jump in and just kind of ask a little bit about your sister and just, you know, who she was as a person, what y'all's relationship was like, and just, you know, a little bit there.
So Amy was, and I'm going to say is, like the life of the party, like the brightest light that walks into a room. She, any given day, like you could rely on her to cheer you up, listen to you. She was the best at keeping secrets. So being the youngest of four, I'm like, don't tell mom, don't tell Robert, our older brother, like, you know, don't go tell Megan, our oldest sister, like this stays between us. But no, she genuinely was and is like the number one person that I look up to. Just being an older sister, and we're only 3 years apart. So when I was entering into my freshman year of high school, she was a senior. And I remember being so nervous because I'm like...
As a freshman?
And she was in the popular group. And she was an athlete. She played soccer. She was a really great athlete.
Let's go.
And I remember just feeling like I had this pressure to keep up because she was the cool Armstrong. And I remember freshman year, this is so funny. So like, it's funny to talk about now. But I remember it was like 5 days into freshman year and there was a Luke Bryan concert at a local like outdoor venue and it was a school night. And she's like, Mom, like Michelle can come. Like I have her, like, don't worry about it. And, I got an underage citation.
Oh, no.
And I was the freshman walking into school a week later where everyone was like, that girl parties, like that girl.
Let's go.
And my sister was like mortified because my mom was like, what did you do, Amy? Like, you know, but as the years have gone on and now it is so funny because that's just such like a not like a highlight, but when I think back to just like our relationship and kind of where we started to become really close, because we shared a room ever since I was born.
Yeah.
Like I rolled over, she's there. Like, you know, it was always, I'm very type A, she's type B. I always say I'm the golden retriever, she's the black cat. But not a black cat that's like mean and aggressive, but one that's just... She was quiet, but she had a very loud presence.
Gotcha.
Like she walks in a room and you're just like, oh, Amy's here.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've noticed just as, you know, stories are coming up and people are reaching out, and especially when it happened, there was probably like 10 to 15 people that I didn't know that reached out sharing a story about when Amy helped them or made them not feel alone or made them not feel like an outcast or, you know, like the non-popular kid.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You know? Yeah. And I feel like having people that I didn't even know she touched, you know, find out and be really affected by something like this. I think that in itself describes Amy at large.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, she touched lives because she was so calm, cool, collected, and had the biggest heart and was the chillest person you'd ever meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, does she live in Baltimore?
She lived in Baltimore. Okay. Yes. So my favorite memory of her is like going back to Baltimore. It was always to stay with her. And the number one thing that I think of every time I go home is she's not there to pick me up from the airport, but she would do it every time, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of that feeling of like new territory that honestly is pretty like a fresh womb, right? That you're like, okay, like you almost have to brace yourself. We can get into that, but yeah, so.
What was y'all's like relationship like? Like, were you guys really, really close?
We talked 5 to 6 times a day.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That
every
is
day.
amazing.
Like,
Wow.
she would be like the first call if anything big happened in my life. It's like, you know, if you get one call, like, who do you call? Like, I call Amy. I think of her as like, as I'm like reshaping it nowadays, it's like she was my companion. And so I look at her as almost like my go-to person. Interesting enough, Amy got me my first job out of college.
No way.
Really?
And we worked together for 3 years.
What? That's so cool.
At the Knot worldwide, and she freaking crushed it at the Knot. Top performer.
What is the Knot?
The Knot. It's a wedding website. We worked in the wedding industry.
Okay.
Yeah, the wedding website.
The most famous wedding website.
Famous
Okay.
wedding website.
Gotcha.
So
yeah.
we worked on the sales side. We worked with wedding vendors. So I looked up to her in that regard, just as far as career. She taught me everything I know about sales. We would spend like hours just practicing my pitch and cold calling.
Yeah.
And I say that working with her is what really like kickstarted just the consistent dialogue every day, because we would just slack each other like
Yeah.
all day.
That's so fun that you guys
It is
work
so
together.
fun.
That's awesome.
It's so fun. And I, like reflecting back and even to now being in my sales career and just a lot of my successes, I really put on and give her credit to, because she really, really helped me
That's
when
really
it
cool.
comes to, you know, my profession and just where I'm at now. So to answer your question, if you could think of how you guys are,
Yeah.
that's how Amy and I were.
Wow.
Yeah. And I like to say we still are. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, only if you're comfortable,
Yeah.
can you kind of share, you know, the details on what happened?
Yeah. So I can't get into like the finer details, but definitely open to talking about like initially just what happened to Amy.
Right.
Amy was a victim of domestic violence. Again, can't dive too deep into that, but she was, I'm going to say, just never saw that coming. Like, no words. Think a lot of times people ask the first question, and this is, I think, kind of surprising a little bit, kind of comical, I'm going to say, when people are like, well, what signs were there? And you're like, interesting question. Okay, let's think. Yeah, there were no signs. And I say that because obviously sitting on the other side now, you think back to every interaction,
Right.
right?
You reanalyze everything.
Reanalyze everything, and you're dissecting, and you're like, what was this? What was that? But to say that her being killed was in anyone's mind no, not at all. No. So I was, and just to kind of like walk you through the day, like when I found out, it was a Monday, and I was sitting at Cosmic Coffee on the east side, and it was October 28th, and it was around 11:30 in the morning. And I remember specifically, I was sitting down at the picnic table. I just got off my team meeting, and my brother calls me. He always calls me. He's like, again, we're a very close-knit family. And I picked up and I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, he's like, hey, mom's principal's on the phone. So my mind initially goes to, okay, something happened to my mom.
Wait,
And
I'm sorry, your mom's principal?
She works in an elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my mom's a principal secretary
Gotcha.
in an elementary school. I knew that week my mom had just been feeling under the weather. She got the stomach virus. So I'm thinking, okay, something like my mom's sick, like one of us is going to have to go home. Maybe like Amy's busy because she's usually the closest to my mom. They're 20 minutes away from each other, and they would talk and see each other all the time.
And you're all the way down in Texas at this time, right?
And I'm in Austin.
Yeah.
Like me, my brother, and my oldest sister, Megan, who recently moved about a year ago to Austin. We're in Austin. My dad lives in Houston. He's there.
Yeah. So this is a bizarre call.
This is something is wrong. I'm about to get a bomb dropped on me, and I need to prepare myself because I don't know what is about to be said.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think when you get a call and you're like, my blood starts pumping a little, my blood
Your
heart's
heart.
beating.
Yeah,
I'm like, my
for
heart's
sure.
beating. I'm like, what's going on? And my mom's principal gives the phone to my mom, and she said, and I mean, I will like never forget this. Like this replays over and over in my head. And my mom was crying, and I'm like, what's wrong? And she said, it's really bad. And I was like, okay. And she said, your sister has passed away. And I remember instant fear just like running in my body. I couldn't breathe. And I've never had a panic attack. I'm not an anxious person. I'm very even keel. Like, I think I'm super chill.
Yeah, you are
You guys
super
tell
chill.
me, I don't know.
Absolutely.
I'm like, I think I'm chill. I'm very just like bubbly. And I closed my laptop. And I mean, when I say like a just state of like, you don't even know what just happened, I put my computer in my laptop. I throw my sunglasses on because I'm like shaking. The guy across from me is like staring at me like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And I remember just putting my bag on my shoulder, looking up at the sky and being like, you're not really gone. Like, there's no way you died.
So it was like a sense of denial, kind of.
A little bit, but also like it's like your body, and it's so hard to describe. It's such an abstract, heavy thought to get a call that someone is no longer here. And so at that point, right, like I didn't process it. I was in a state of fight or flight. I was in a panic. I get in my car. I instantly call my best friend, Ava. She's not answering. I'm texting her. I'm like, you need to answer. You need to answer. You need to answer. And she finally answers, and I'm screaming. Like, Amy's dead. And I sat there and screamed and sobbed. Time at that point's not a thing. Like from that day, October 28th to probably January 15th, time wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what day it was. Like, you're just in this flow, and I cannot, again, like, chat through that of, like, what those days looked like. But in the actual setting of, like, getting in my car, sitting there, calling all my best friends, not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you do? And it's so interesting because I once had this thought. I'm a very vivid dreamer. And I would like to share.
Yeah.
I had a dream Amy died a week before she died. And so I'm in the car trying to like process that of like, this cannot be true.
Yeah.
Like, how did I know that was going to happen? Right. Like, how did that, how, right? Like,
Yeah.
how? And I actually, now that I think of it again, it's like kind of a blur. I tried to call her. Yeah.
Tried to call Amy.
Yeah. I tried to call her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 5 times. Just to hear her voicemail. Yeah. So,
Gosh.
yeah.
Michelle, I want you to know how sorry I am.
Thank you.
For your loss.
Thank you.
And like,
Thanks.
I mean, we've definitely gotten closer as friends.
Yeah.
And if you ever want someone else just to
Thank you.
chat to at any point
Thank
and just hear a different perspective on anything
Thank
it might
you.
be.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Appreciate you having me on. Like, just being able to like share.
Well, this
Yeah,
is
oh, yeah.
hard
Story,
stuff.
you know?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I've always been told I never stop talking. I do, but it was always a joke when I was younger. Like, Michelle can ask 20 questions a day. That's it.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
literally.
there's one.
You
Yeah,
get
that's two.
500 words a day.
No, truly. It's like, okay, all right, Mom, where are we going? Mom, what are you?
Yeah.
Michelle, we're good. And so I almost say that I believe that like I do have a voice and a gift that was given from God, and I have the strength to be able to share her story because she's not here to share her story. So I think that the power behind it, and if I can help or save one life, I want to do that because I'm here and I can do that.
Absolutely.
And she can't. So
Yeah.
I'm more than honored to be here, actually.
Yeah. And that's the whole goal of the podcast,
Yeah.
you know. That's why we started
Help
it.
people.
So, and like I said, thank you so much for your willingness to come on and share this
Absolutely.
story.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would love to kind of just talk about, what that sort of the first couple weeks, like if you want to, or if you just want to jump into just the next couple months, just kind of like the grieving process, like what you
Yeah.
did, what you leaned on during that time, and just kind of hear, how were you able to continue to, live your life with such a big loss? And what was that like? What was
Yeah.
the support? Just basically everything.
Yeah, so I think that's like there's a lot to
That's a
that
loaded question.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I'll kind
absolutely.
of bring you through because I think it really does. And for people listening, I remember, I was listening to a podcast, Jay Shetty podcast, and I forget Nicole's her name. I'm going blank on her last name, but similar situation of getting a phone call. And then, I remember listening to her story and being like, I needed to hear this because no one else can relate to me. So like, I always say, I don't want someone to relate to me, but if by God you have to, like, I hope hearing my story, you don't feel alone, because it's a very lonely feeling and you feel like no one understands, because how could they?
Yeah.
Like you have your brother sitting
Can't
right
even
next to you.
begin to understand.
I can't even imagine.
And I keep saying like, and when people say that, I'm like, I don't want you to understand. Like, I actually, like, I don't want you to, right? Like, that is, so anyways, just kind of understanding what that looked like. So when I was sitting in my car, just to kind of unravel the story, I drove, probably shouldn't have been driving, but I drove because I didn't know what was going on. And I remember just like, I was talking to my sister-in-law and she was like, just come to our house, like it's okay. And so I arrived at my brother's house. It was really weird. I was in this state of shock where like I couldn't sit down. I started calling everyone. I called her best friends, Juliana, Montana, Delaney. I called her boss. Her boss had reached out and asked, I haven't heard from Amy. Why haven't I heard from her? I had to share that news. I had to call my manager to say, like, I don't know when I'm going to be coming back to work, when she was so supportive on that. And honestly, my whole company was. So thank God for that.
Yeah.
And I started almost just like going down a list of like, what do I need to do? Like, you are quite literally in this state of shock where like, at this point I couldn't cry. I was just like, what is happening? What's happening?
Everything's just 100 miles per hour.
100 miles per
Yeah.
hour. The rush in your body is almost like, almost like I'm about to play in a championship game, like times 20. Imagine your adrenaline that pumping that high is what I experienced for probably the first month.
Wow.
And so my uncle, not that I couldn't do this, but again, just you're in this state of shock. My uncle booked all of us flights, and within 3 hours, I flew back to Baltimore. I don't even know what I packed. I just like, again, you're like, I'm in the bathroom just like throwing clothes into my suitcase, and I'm like, my sister's dead. Like, my sister passed away. Like, Amy is not here. What? Like, again, you're just like, what?
Yeah.
And so I got my suitcase together. We go to the airport. That was a flight from hell.
Yeah.
There was probably 10 people on the flight. It was a random Monday night at 7 p.m. And all my siblings and I, my sister-in-law, sat in the back of the plane. I mean, just like hysterically crying the whole flight.
Jeez.
And then we get back to Baltimore, and my aunt picked us up from the airport, and we go to my mom's house, and we just sit together and are just trying to understand what, why, how, who would do this to someone like my sister.
If you don't have to answer this, but I'm curious, was it kind of like just speechless in that house? Like with all of you around, were you just, what was kind of the conversation?
Like utter shock.
Yeah.
Like, what do we know? Where is she now?
Yeah.
What's next? Like,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, I'll be honest. I've always said, and Amy knew this, I don't do well with death. I think many people don't do well with death. So, you know, I always said to Amy, I genuinely don't know what would I do or what would happen if one of us passed away. We've had that conversation.
Wow.
And now I'm living it, and it's now my reality. And so I was sobbing. I mean, like in hysterics.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually, that's a great question you ask, of just kind of like, what was the vibe? All of us are laying in bed. My mom lives in an apartment. So like, we're quite literally on the couch, on an air mattress. My mom lives alone. Like, why does she need a big house?
Yeah.
You know, we're grown adults. We live elsewhere.
Right.
And my mom has a king size bed. So it's like me and my mom.
Yeah.
My aunt is on the air mattress. My sister is actually in between me and my mom. It was one of those things where you just wanted to be close.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
It's the proximity of your loved ones.
the proximity.
Right.
And it's so weird to say, like, none of us slept, but we said nothing. And we just laid there.
Yeah.
And I probably didn't get a full night's sleep until, I'd say, a week after. Yeah. I was almost so tired, and again, this is like my own experience, but I dream vividly. Like, I've always dreamed vividly. It's like a funny thing in my family. It's like, oh, what'd you dream about now?
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, I had a dream this person's pregnant and they're pregnant. Like, I'm not saying I'm a psychic. I'm just saying, like, I just have vivid dreams, you know?
Yeah.
And I dreamt of her the night that, 2 nights when I first fell asleep. And we were walking on the beach, almost like where we have a beach house in New Jersey. And we were walking on the beach, and she literally just like looked like an angel and was smiling at me, and was just, I could feel her, you know?
Yeah.
And so moving on, and again, this is, I don't know if this is out there to say, but I think when you're grieving so heavily, like, you're going to do anything you can to feel that person. And so I would look forward to going to sleep so I could dream of her.
That's really cool, actually.
That's a really cool story.
Yeah. And I think the dream that kind of speaks to me the most, and kind of, I think what's like leading me a little bit closer to being like closer to God, and also to closer to my sister and more spiritual, is we were walking again on the beach. We always are on the beach. It's always when we're on the beach. That's her happy place.
Yep.
And I remember in my dream, it's her. Like, I felt like it's her. And I can see her, but she always looks like, she's always pretty, but she was like glowing.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to her, like, I miss you so much. Like, why did this happen? Like, you didn't deserve this. Like, why did this happen? And she looked at me and she said, heaven is so beautiful and I can't wait for you to be here.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
That is a true visit from an angel. Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So when I woke up, I just I don't even want to say tears, but like full body chill. And it's actually, I think, weird. I say weird because people could maybe get even more emotional after they dream. I felt like I just saw her and I felt like closer to her. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't want that feeling to end. Again, you're thinking of someone you talk to and go to for everything, and they're just taken out of your life.
Right.
So
Unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly. Like, by God, unexpectedly.
Your dreams remind me of a story my mom told me and Parker about her losing her mother.
Oh, yeah.
She was sleeping, and then all of a sudden she's jerked out of bed, and she literally sees her mom at the end of her bed set. And then 10 seconds later, she gets a phone call. It's her dad saying her mom has passed away.
Like, you can't make that stuff up.
You can't. You can't.
No. I love hearing that too, though.
Yeah, it's just,
It's like more stories.
Yeah,
and just,
exactly.
like, again, like connectedness, just feeling that, like,
yeah.
because I will say you definitely have to be in the right mindset to receive and feel that that is a message, or that is, like a message for you when you're dreaming. And, people have their own beliefs, but personally, that's a visit. That's the in-between.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I feel like from after we had a celebration of life for her. So I feel like after the celebration of life, and I stayed home in Baltimore for that first month. I think that losing her and understanding that that will and is like the biggest loss that I will have in my life. Hopefully, I mean, right? Like we're all going to go someday, but you just really hope it's on your own terms and not someone else's.
Yeah.
That I think being able to carry on her legacy and like her light, and to do things in honor of her and to still talk about her. And I think that just another thing about grief is people sometimes, it's your reality, and people give you their best wishes and love you for the first month. And then it's kind of like, oh, like I'll say people that I definitely thought would reach out to me more times than the first have not. And to me, that's just revealed relationships that I don't need in my life. Because I get it. We're busy. Everyone's busy. But in my eyes, when you care about someone and you want to make the effort, you make the effort.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think losing her has just really, I've always been big on self-growth and just like self-improvement. Again, you're athletes. I think we're very like-minded people. And I think going through a tragedy like the one I'm experiencing and have gone through has just allowed me to have a whole different perspective on life. And I think losing her, there's just a constant ache and pain in my heart that I'm really praying will get lighter. I don't ever want it to go away, because I've been told that all of the pain is all the unexpressed love that you didn't get to share. So
I like that.
I love that.
yeah. And I don't want to forget. I don't want that to let go. So I think that for those who know someone who lost someone, like check in on them. If it's been a year, if it's been 2 years, ask them, like how you said, tell me about your sister. That is the easiest question you could ask, and it makes the other person feel so seen. I think that a lot of times it's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And then change the topic. And it's like, I get it. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It is so uncomfortable. And why do you want to talk about death? Death isn't happy. People want to talk about happy, but it's real. Everyone's going to lose someone. And I do feel that, people that have lost someone, even in the span of almost 6 months, have reached out to me and just been like, wow, like I see you, like I feel this. So
Yeah. I think it's interesting you say that, because I went to a funeral a few months ago, and I'll never forget the mother of the son who passed away. She said, "Thank you all for being here, but it's the people who reach out 3 months, 6 months, a year down the line, who keep us in their thoughts. Those are the real relationships."
And it is so true.
Yeah.
It is so true. Like, Mondays are my hardest days by far. I found out on a Monday. Mondays being hard for me, and having my childhood best friend send me flowers every Monday, which it's not about the gift. She knows that when I think about Mondays, I think just having those people reach out and just don't forget. I think what you just said is so powerful. Like, it takes 2 minutes to send a text message, if not 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Or to pick up the phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I agree with that.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's been 6 months, right?
Yeah,
So
6 months.
once kind of that initial shock was,
Yeah.
real life is hitting again.
Yeah.
What did you do? What
Yeah.
did you lean on? Did you go to some event? Did you go, I don't know, read a book, whatever it might be,
Yeah.
just so someone that might be going through something similar, can listen to this and hear what you did?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think there's a few things I leaned into. One, I'm sure this will make total sense. Fitness,
Yeah.
working out, moving my body. The biggest thing, and kind of like my saying is, I get to do this. Like, I get to go move my body. Like, I get to go run a half marathon. I get to go to a yoga class at 6 a.m. when I'm exhausted and I just got done crying all night. But, like, I get to do that,
Right.
The gym and working out has been my saving grace. It's me time, and I put my headphones in or I do a class, and I'm not thinking about it.
It takes your mind off.
It takes my mind off of it. Again, it's those healthy distractions, because when you're alone and you're in those moments, it's exhausting. And you have to be in those moments because you're grieving. And if you had only distractions, you're not sitting with it. You need to sit with it, feel the pain, and cry. And I don't scream, but scream if you have to. But when those feelings arise, I welcome them. The analogy I use is like, now that the shock's worn off, the shock wore off for me in January, honestly, I'm going to say like 30th. I say that because I got back from a work trip and I was like, wow, this is real. Like, this is what happened to her. She is not coming back. And I would say even now, like, being that we're in April, it's definitely becoming it's real. Like, it's real. The shock's over. So I think when I hit that point of like, hey, shock is over, the analogy I use is you're in the ocean. And, when you're in the ocean and it's really rough and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's so rough. And you like look away because you're making a joke, and then you turn back and a wave just like smacks you and you basically drown.
Right.
That's like grief. And then there's times where you walk in the water and it's just up to your knees and you're like, ooh, like this is nice. That's also moments of just like, you're peaceful in your grief. And for me, I think, and I'm also in trauma therapy, I can't do this alone. Like, I can't there's a lot of moving parts. I've leaned into acupuncture. I got into trauma therapy a month after it happened because one, I'm a psychology major. I just understand the brain, and like there's basically 3 months that your brain can store a specific traumatic memory. And I knew that I needed a little guidance on that. And so I think that when those waves come, you have to just ride it. And I usually feel it for me, and just my experience is when I'm alone, when I'm in the shower at night, or when I'm driving home at night. It's almost like the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you experience those times of, waves just smacking you in the face, how do you react? I mean, you said you kind of ride the waves. What does that mean?
Riding the wave for me is just crying.
Yeah.
I put on a specific song that reminds me of her, and I just cry. And I just say why. And I say, you didn't deserve this. And I, actually, whenever I do get those waves, the thing that comes up for me is like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry this happened to you. And then I just kind of let the emotion go. And, sometimes it's just like a quick little cry, and sometimes it's a good cry. And and after, I always feel really tired naturally, right? It's like an emotional release. But I think leaning into the feeling of letting yourself grieve. So it's kind of one of those things that you're like, I don't want to be feeling this. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. Like, I don't want to be sad, but you can't escape the sadness.
Gotta embrace it.
And you have to lean into it and embrace it. And just know that from my experience, like, happiness and happy times have come. And I've learned, because for the first, I'd say 3 months, I felt really guilty when I had a good time. I felt guilt. And I know from my just speaking to other people who are grieving, like, that is a very common feeling of like, why am I able to go have fun? And this awful thing just happened to my family, That's
so interesting. I've never thought about that.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I had a Nashville trip planned a month after. It was a girls' trip. I went on it. I still went. She knew about it. She would have been pissed if I didn't go.
Yeah.
But
100%.
I felt such guilt after, because I'm like, I just sat at my sister's celebration of life, and now I'm in Nashville listening to Luke Combs, her favorite, drinking a Corona, her favorite.
Yeah.
So I'm honoring her, but it doesn't feel right because she's not here.
Right.
But flip side of the same coin, that she would be pissed
If I
had you
wasn't
not
there.
done that.
Right.
But that took time.
Yeah.
Where like now I can go out, and if I'm feeling good and I'm having better days, like more better days, when I have those days, oh my gosh, do I hold on to them?
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
like, that's like when I was referring to the water being shallow and peaceful. Those are the good days.
Right.
Those are the good days. And I'm like rocking with it, and I embrace it. And I just say, thank you, Amy, for this good day. Like, thank you, God. Thank you. Like, because I think what comes up for me now, and I think too, just again, I'm 6 months out. So anyone who can relate to this is like, as moments end, right? Time moves. There's always going to be that next time and that next moment, right? So if I'm experiencing this happiness right now in this time, I know what's about to come. And it's that feeling of sadness.
The big wave.
The big wave.
Right.
And I say that because that's right now, like 6 months, that's my current situation. So I think my biggest piece of advice is to just embrace the feeling and just know, again, like, it's all the unexpressed love you just didn't get to share.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a great perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's almost a measure, like the more pain, the more love you had for that person.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I know you're a God-fearing person.
Yeah.
How has this tragic loss affected your relationship with God?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I've actually, like, I'm still kind of in that, and I'm sitting in that right now. Right. I was raised Catholic, and as I've gotten older, I'm definitely more spiritual. About a year ago, I started going to a non-denominational church, and that started to feel really good to just tap in. And one of my goals last year was to tap in more to my faith. I do feel like just being on the journey of getting back into going to church last year, and then of course this happens, I think the biggest question is like, okay, well, why could something so bad happen to someone so good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and just being like, okay, well, you know, everyone always says, well, things happen for a reason. It's in God's plan. I like to think that that was not God's plan and that was evil that came in. You know, I don't,
Yeah.
again, like my sister's life is at the hands of someone else. And that to me is not God's plan. So I think for a while, it was almost like a why. And that's such a loaded question that, like,
Such a fair question, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think so many people ask why, you know, and they, like, God is good, but yes, there is evil in this world, and God loves us so much that he gives us free will, and people take advantage of that, and they use it for evil.
I agree with that. And I think for me now, what comes up is, like, I keep saying this, I've said this to you guys, it's like, if something so big was taken from me, if like half of me was taken, God only has to deliver good to me and my family. And I'm still doing good by myself and good by others, wanting to help people, you know, wanting to be able to share a story and hope I can touch someone's heart and help them in any capacity. I'm redefining, I think, just to your point, like, question, like, my relationship to God. Amy's with God now.
Yeah.
Right? She's my guardian angel. She is an angel all around me. I've spoke of that in my eulogy. Like, I believe that, wholeheartedly. Like, she has my back. Things have already happened where I look up and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, things like that do happen in this world. And I mean, that is unexplainable, obviously. But I think God is so good, and he uses things like that, evil things, for good. And so he's transforming you as a person through the loss of Amy.
I totally agree.
And
I agree.
so he takes the negative and turns it for the positive. And
No,
you
I
are
agree.
the prime example
Thank you.
of that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
For someone that's listening that went through something similar, what would you want them to know?
It's a good question. Honestly, first thing that comes to mind is you're not alone.
Yeah.
You're not alone. It's a very isolating feeling. It's one that you can't describe unless you've lived it and you've gone through it, but that you're not alone. And I think there's a lot of power in community, and stay close to your family and stay close to those that love you and give you fuel, because there's a lot of power too behind relationship. And I think losing my sister has reshaped how I view relationships and how important it is to invest your time into the right people. And I think, yeah, for someone listening who is so heavy and deep in grief and doesn't know, what do I do? What do I feel? What you need to feel, and know that there is happiness that still is there, and you're not always going to be in this dark place forever. It's going to feel heavy. It's still heavy, but like there's starting to become a little bit of lightness. And I feel like I've been able to find that through friendship, calling a friend when I just need to talk or cry, or my family, we've always been close, but we've gotten even closer. And so I think perspective-wise, it just has really allowed me to see who has my back. Because the thing is people want to show up on the good days. Who's going to show up on the bad days? Even when you're choosing a partner with dating or choosing, like, my goal to one day, I want to be a mom. I believe I am made to be a mom. Like, I cannot wait, but I'm also not rushing to get there. Like, I'm very much in my healing area of life, like phase of life. But I'm also, like, again, I've shared with you guys, like, open to what walks in.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to be on a different level because I'm on a different level. Because when real shit hits the fan, how are you going to act? Are you going to walk away and not know what to say and not try to talk to me? Or are you going to show up and hold space for me? And I think people want just what's easy, glamorous, this, that. Real shit's going to happen. People pass away. It's inevitable. Everyone is going to go through a loss. And so I think for me too, right? Because it's like, I can choose my friends. You can't really choose your family, but I love my family and I'm happy they're my family.
Yeah.
You know, I get to now choose a partner. That bar just got set a lot higher.
Right.
Because of that.
That's good.
Yeah. So the let them theory is so powerful. Have you guys heard of it?
I have not.
It's basically like people change when they want to change. You can't change people. You have to let someone do as they're going to do. And based on how they act or what they do, I'm going to then like let me decide what I want to do with what they just revealed to me. Let people show you who they really are and believe them when they show you who they are. And then I then get to decide, what do I want to do with that? How do I want to move forward?
That's good.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Powerful right there.
Powerful.
Let's go.
It's powerful. I think just really leaning into the relationship and community and knowing like you're not alone. Like you're genuinely not alone, even when it feels like it. I think that one thing, just to like talk to the other side, right? So like for someone that might have a friend that is going through grief, I think that it's really uncomfortable. It's really hard. And I think I've had a lot of my girlfriends just say, and I mean, my friends have been my saving grace. And I think that that is a really great reflection on me too, to be like, I've chosen really great friends. Like I've invested and I've seen their true colors. The worst thing has happened to me, and these people were the ones that showed up. Like those are the people that before this happened, I was investing energy and time into, and that feels really good. And one of my friends asked me, Reagan, she was like, how can I best support you? And there, you can never do wrong by asking your friend or, you know, your family member, anyone that's grieving, how can I support you? Because they'll tell you, like, whether it's, I'm having a really good day, like, I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Or I'm having a really hard day, like, can we just go get ice cream and like talk? Or whatever it might be, right? It's like, open that dialogue and let that person tell you what they need. Because it's very easy to shy away. I mean, I've walked into many social settings, you know, again, I get it. Like, people don't know, do I bring it up? Do I not bring it up?
Right.
In my eyes, my experience, always say something. You will never regret saying something, but you will always regret not saying something.
And I mean, I'm sure a lot of people probably are just, they're uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable.
But I love that you're saying this, because a lot of people probably are in that, do I do it? What do I do? I do it? Do I not?
Yeah, like walking into a social setting. It was a get together, and it was probably like two to 3 months after. And no one said anything. And I was almost like, is this happening right now? Like, I'm not saying you need to be like, oh my gosh, you guys, Michelle's here. Her sister died. Like, she's grieving.
Yeah.
It's as simple as giving me a hug and looking at me and being like, how are you?
Yeah.
How
How actually are you? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, I remember when I got back into town, and it's still happening. Like, friends of mine just reaching out. I mean, Braylon, like, I want to honestly, like, talk about her because she's been just like our relationship. I walked with her the day before I got the call that Amy died. And so her and I were already closely connected. Braylon and I have always been good friends, but she's made dinner or breakfast for me, which is something Amy would do all the time. And I told her this, and I got emotional when I told her this, but she was like cooking me dinner, and my sister had blonde hair, Braylon has blonde hair. She like turned, and I started crying, and I was like, you just look like Amy for a second. Wow. And you're cooking me dinner. Yeah. And it made me feel so happy. Like, such like a care, like you care. And just being there for anything. And she's even said, like, what can I do? Like, what can I best do to support you? And again, like, asking the question and just showing up, I think is so big. And so, like, the small things too. Yeah. Make you feel so good. She's amazing. Made me feel so good. And she made me closer to you guys.
Yeah, that's true. There we go.
Even though you didn't know who I was for the first
did.
2 times.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. That's funny.
Now you do.
Yeah,
exactly. I love that.
That's funny.
Yeah, Braylon's awesome. She's a legend.
Is awesome. Okay, so I mean, several listeners will listen to this, see videos of this. Just kind of one final question.
Yeah.
What would you like your sister to be remembered for?
I think helping people. Amy wanted to help people. I think she was, and I can't dive into this too deeply, but I'm going to hope that we can catch the drift. She wanted to help the situation she was in with the person she was with. She wanted to help. And I believe Amy would have been the best doctor or the best nurse. And she always wanted people to feel seen and feel loved. And I think that, again, kind of going back to people reaching out to me and people sharing stories of how she made them feel seen, I want her to be remembered for that. And her light, truly just like her light that she had when she walked into a room. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
She truly is a guardian angel.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Honestly, this
was great. Thanks for having me.
This has been unbelievable. And awesome. Thank you again for, your willingness to jump on and share this story. And
absolutely.
I'm so excited for other people to hear this. And
thank you. Me too.
If someone's going through something similar, I guarantee you listening to this will help them and benefit them. And I'm so excited to provide that for them. So
me too. They can always reach out to me. I'm very open. I told you, I'm an open book.
Thank you, Michelle.
Absolutely.
That's it for this episode of the Real Life Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope it inspired you, motivated you, and impacted you in some way. If it did impact you, or you know someone who would be inspired by the story you just heard, please share this. Please like this. We're just trying to grow the community to reach the listeners who need to hear these stories the most. And if you've got a story to share, reach out. Our Instagram page is in our Spotify profile. Please reach out. Please DM us, and we'll get you on the podcast as soon as possible to share your story with the world. Catch you next time.